Good evening to all of you. Chandrasekhar here.
Good evening, sir. Welcome, welcome, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Good evening, sir. Your voice is very low.
I will talk. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Mohiddin Saab, welcome.
Mohiddin Saab, welcome.
Ramanna,
Yeah.
let us start on time, please.
Okay. I'm just waiting for Ritvik, sir, because he is the one who has to initiate the meeting.
No
Our
problem,
agenda is-
secretary. No problem. Secretary, president,
Yeah,
these all,
he can
when
start.
this takes time, he will join you. Okay. Let us start with
Okay.
time.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to everyone.
Walaikum salam, sir. Good evening. Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you. Go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
Savdarji,
Hi, good evening, everybody.
good
Good evening, sir. Good evening. Welcome, sir. We are waiting for you only.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir. Welcome, sir.
Thought we have given 15 minutes time for uh, joining people.
Joining in the meetings, yes. This is the type, the agenda which Ramanna has always used to say. But better, almost 35 people are there. So what we thought that, okay, please respect the others' times as well.
No, 15 minutes, not from 7
Yeah,
o'clock.
sure.
6:45 to 7, sir. Okay, no issues.
Is it?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, next time let us be more careful about our timing. Okay. So you can start, Ramana. You are the you know how to conduct these meetings. So go ahead. First of all, let me welcome everyone, and let's start with the agenda. So you can introduce the introducer.
Okay.
Yeah, you have the agenda, Ramana.
Yes, sir. Shall I open?
So go ahead, start.
You want me to go ahead? Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm telling. That
Yeah,
you.
okay. Just a minute.
Hmm.
Good evening, everyone. This is the agenda for today's program. This one 7 o'clock, actually 6:45 to 7 o'clock our joining time, and the welcome address. Our president will give the welcome address. After that, Ritvik sir will talk about the background of this PSM group, and the presenter first presenter, Mr. Muruganand, will be giving his presentation on case study, and after that questions Q&A session will be there, and self introduction from new members later, and the second presentation by Venkatesh ji, and expectations and pluses and deltas will be taken care by Ritvik sir, and any announcement will be done later. Now, I would like to request ASSP-kc's President Jahid Thakurji to give his speech.
Thank you, Ramanna. Thank you. Hope I am audible, right?
Yes, yes.
Assalamu alaikum. Good evening to all. Myself, Zahid Thakur, President of ASSP Kuwait chapter for the term of 2020-2021. Hope you and your family members are doing well. First of all, I wanted to start with, may Almighty God give us the strength to overcome this COVID-19 pandemic. We are in phase 4, unlock 4, and hope things will come normal, and inshallah we will meet very soon in our next PSM technical meet, inshallah. To develop professionals in the field of process safety management and to provide a platform, ASSP Kuwait chapter established this PSM specialty forum last year, and this is the third process safety management technical meet to share the knowledge of process safety management. Briefing about some chapter activities that within the first quarter, this is the third month of this tenure, and we are committed to provide you each month one technical meet with one HSE events, with one training, which will be free. And inshallah, with all your supports, like always, Mr. Ujwal Lutfik sir used to say that we have to keep our bar always up. And regarding this email, in the continuous learning process, if you see the email, previously it was just email for invitation for event. But you can see now there are many changes in the email. For example, there is a provision of a link for calendar message to get you the reminder that yes, today there is technical meet, so you can join on timely. The second thing, in the email you will find the online payment option, which this year committee has provide a very good facility to renew or to pay your training dues or whatever. Not taking much more time, moving further, I would like to welcome our today's both speaker, Mr. Murugan and Mr. Venkatesh, for volunteering and coming forward to deliver this speech today. One more request, your feedback and suggestions are always welcome to improve our Kuwait chapters events. Thank you very much. Over to you, Ramana.
Thank you, Jayaji. Here, one more development is there. Our president missed this one actually. This is the very best development. The online certificate automatically comes to your email. We have linked in two different scenarios. One scenario is when you participate in the quiz, it will send a certificate to your email. But in some cases, we have developed in a different way because we need feedback from the members also. That's why we have connected this one to feedback. Usually it has to come from quiz, but we moved it to feedback. You have to provide a your feedback to get the certificate. So whenever the link provided to you, just give your feedback, whether it is good or bad. We need to improve always. Okay, that's why we need your inputs. Just provide your feedback and see the wonder what ASSP Kuwait chapter is providing to our members. Okay, thank you very much. And now I'd like to request Ritvik sir to take over.
As usual, in the evening time, my internet is always very weak. Nonetheless, I will try to be as much online as possible, but I will switch off the video because that will conserve my bandwidth. So, first of all, thank you very much, Mr. Jahid Thakur, that you guys, you have started on a what they call, best foot forward. You have already arrived with a bang. You have initiated and you are executing so many new things. Thank you very much. And I'm sure for the rest of this, your tenure as well as for the future years, we'll have similar bars being, raised and raised and raised. That is continually improving. Now, coming back to the PSM technical meet, let me just very quickly summarize what happened earlier. In 2019, we had, an initiative from then the committee, Mr. Sadanand and all the rather whole of the committee. They said that we need to reinitiate our PSM program, and therefore we had some series of meeting and we agreed on some action points. One of the actions was to start a training course, and we started PSM 60, a training certified international certificate training, and it has run very, very successfully. And hopefully, we would be running very shortly. We will be announcing for the next batch of PSM 60. Maybe it could be online. So that was one of the things. Another action item was to have a regular technical meet, monthly technical meet. And that we have agreed that every third Wednesday of the month, we will be having technical meet. But yesterday being a very special day, that was International Ozone Day. So we thought that we will shift it by one day. And today we are having this. This is the third one in the series, as Mr. Jahid already told you. So this is what we have. The format of these meetings are that we will have two short presentations. Mind it that this is not a seminar meet. This is a meeting. So we are having short seminars, two seminars, one case study by someone who is, going up in PSM ladder, who is trying to learn more and more. And as such, everyone keeps learning until the end of their life. But someone who is, who wants to develop his skill or her skill in PSM faculty. And the other one will be the personal experience sharing seminar. And both the seminars are for 15 minutes each, only 15 minutes, followed by 5 minutes of question answer. So this is something that we don't want to increase, because the total time of the event, we don't want to increase so much that it starts becoming burden to the members. Apart from these two seminars, which are 20 minutes each, we also will have time for networking, for knowing each other, and then some questions and issues of general nature. And towards the end, we will have an announcement from the Vice President regarding some other activities, other events of ASSP Kuwait chapter. So this is the format, and so far it has been running good. So today we will start with Mr. Muganandam. He will be presenting a case study, although he is quite experienced, and he has himself been presenting papers and all that in various international forum. So it will be very good to listen to him. And he has been mentored, he has been supported by Mr. Chandrasekhar, who was last time he presented the experience sharing seminar. So this will be something that I think everyone should be eager to listen to. And after that, the second seminar, the experience sharing seminar, is from a very, very experienced person, Mr. Venkatesh, and he would be talking about an accident, a fatal accident that happened during his watch, during his, he was very, very much close to that, very much he felt that, and he learned something, a lesson for the rest of his life. So with these two, let me take you over to Mr. Muruganandam. I request Mr. Muruganandam to please restrict yourself to 15 minutes. I know you have a lot to say. These case studies, we can spend sometime hours, days, and sometime even weeks. But this is what we have is only 15 minutes. So go ahead, Mr. Muruganandam, switch on your mic. And if you want, you can start sharing as well.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thanks for a nice introduction. I want to give thanks to ASSP Kuwait chapter and my mentors and the seniors. Now I'm going to share my personal experience, which will helpful for the basic process safety personnel and experience personnel also. Now I'm going to start my slide. Ramana, are you getting? Hello?
No, you have to share it. No?
We have not. We are not seeing your slides yet.
Yeah, just a minute, sir. Yes. Yeah, now I'll share, sir.
Okay, yeah.
Now you got it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, sir. Thanks for already you gave introduction. Nice, and I'll step into my slides. Today I have the important, very key takeaway subject, sir. My topic is objective of the case study session. Know about cyclohexane. What is the decanter and the decanter principle? And there is an incident brief about cyclohexane spill. And what was the findings from the incident scenario? And we can know about today the leak policy. And what was the earlier recommendation when was in 1998 when I saw the real spill, and the new recommendations which will help for further improvement. Which are the my key takeaways as to understand the highly flammable cyclohexane hazards and the safe operation responsibility of the process plant individuals. Alert to the management commitment on PSM implementation. And the lack of layer of protection analysis, even if very high hazard. Need for implementation of the process safety management in the process plants. I want to tell why I choose this cyclohexane. I think already everyone knows about the FlexPro disaster. You know, lot of more than 28 people killed with 400 ton of cyclohexane. The same I handled. My plant was handling with 300 ton of cyclohexane. This was a flammable categories with the series level 2 as for the latest one, and also it has a flash point is minus 20, sir. Minus 18 to 20, and the auto-ignition temperature to 60 about. Also, it will float on water. This is one of the big hazard for the cyclohexane. This is as per GHS. What is the category of the hazard? This in slides will indicates the flammability, severity, serious hazard. That's why I took this session. Now I'll go quickly into the decanter. What is the decanter? Decanter separates the water while keeping the sediments. This is, it will separate the water and cyclohexane from the all the plants, because to recover, you know, to save the hydrocarbons, to avoid the hydrocarbon entering into the various environment. For that, we have the decanters in the one of the recovery section with a capacity 2.5 ton. Where we can use this decanter to segregate water and cyclohexane, because the water is one of the issues. It will create the problem for the pipelines and our process equipments due to corrosion. That's why we have to segregate the water is one of the main goal of my plant. Further, the decanter was there, and the decanter, I will show the what is the part of the decanter. It has the boot. This portion is the boot, and a sparger, this portion, and a sleeve, the outside pipe of the two pipes. This has, and where this will segregate the water, segregate the cyclohexane and decanter portions. Because the decanter portion has two portions. One is the decanter section, another is the storage section. This storage section is a recovery section. We can reuse in the other future plant use, because this is costly also. Same time we cannot allow to go environment. Now I want to tell what is the decanting principle. The decanter separates water from the cyclohexane which are coming from various process equipment. This is the inlet. It will come from various process equipment with the vapor of the cyclohexane. When entering the vapor, the sparger, it will give the force to segregate water and the cyclohexane. The SH stands for cyclohexane. This water, it will come due to the standpipe, it will go away to the another equipment. Then the remaining cyclohexane, again it will float. This will get overflow to this region. This is called storage area, sir. Further, we have trap like a boot. This is called like a boot to segregate the water. Now the incident was happened at this portion, sir. I will explain. What is my incident was on the day of the spill incident. One of the night shift field operator was started to open the manually drain the interface water and cyclohexane content from the storage section of the decanter boot drain pipe to the ground floor. Only one fixed cyclohexane gas detector was installed close to the process drain in the ground floor. In addition, one level switch was provided a high level interface alarm for the boot. The boot has, you can see here, this is the boot. This have the level, sir. This level, they have only high level, but they didn't provided the low level. That's because high level indicates the operator has to drain the water, sir. That was the incident was initiated due to that. You can see subsequently the field operator left the site without closing the drain wall, which is resulted highly hazardous flammable cyclohexane liquid drain into the OWS. Because if you OWS, if you expose it to the air or any ignition source, it will be a big blast in the plant. Okay. What was my findings? The field operator opened the decanter boot drain valve and went away because he was not stay. Because he has to drain the water level only. He should not drain the hydrocarbon, which is highly hazardous, which is exposing to the atmosphere through process drains. There is which resulted in a highly flammable cyclohexane liquid and vapor enter into the oily waster. What happened? The water levels goes down. After that, the cyclohexane portion it came down. Then all cyclohexane was vented into the process safety drain, that is OWS. About more than 5 ton of OWS was went inside. There is a level interface high alarm which gives a signal to the central control room for the boot, but no arrangement to provide the signal when low interface level to decanter boot. Because this low level it will give indicate the operator to stop the valve, to close the valve. This will help to avoid the hydrocarbon further step into the ground. Next, manual intervention like a control room operator and field process operator was the only layer of protection. This shows that layer of protection was not adequate because it's need more layer of protection because based on the highly flammable cyclohexane result. You can see that my plant, LLTP plant, they have leak policies there. What is the goal of the leak policies? To operate without leaks, sir. Because for that, everyone has to implement this leak policy. Example, everyone has the responsibility to report all known or suspected leaks to operating personnel. Because in the plant area, we have so many groups like maintenance, electrical, instrumentation. Whoever looked any leakage, we have to report. This will help to avoid further leakage, propagation of the any leakages, and we can control. This is a good practice what they are following. Now this is I want to show the P&ID where the cyclohexane was went. You can see here this is a trap. I explained here this valve was open, but it went here. But this valve is not a dead man valve, but this was like ordinary valve, gate valve. It is open continuously. Cyclohexane is left over to the OWS. What was the earlier recommendation in 1998? Leak policy to be complied at all time as one of the individual responsibility. SOP, safe operation procedure to be reviewed and updated to ensure that the availability of the field operator during decanter manual drain and additional supervision is required. Hot work, vehicle entry and other maintenance works are not permitted during manual decanter boot drain. Also, this has static electricity hazard. That's why you should have such a good arrangement. Suppose it got overflows in the process drain, we have to discharge it. Otherwise, there is chance for static current. It will give the fire. Also, we need refresher training and PPE with the fire assistant coverall is required. This was earlier recommendation. Now, I gained a lot of knowledge after entering the Kuwait and with here because to familiar with our ASSP Kuwait chapter, a lot of courses conducted. I got a lot of ideas. This was with my mentor and other senior mentors. I got the recommendations. recommended to carry out a re-assert for the decanter boot to access the root cause of the loss of containment to the process drain system. This was a LOPC incident, sir. This is a loss of primary content from the vessel, not from the dike, where the dike is can control, but this is from LOPC. It's need for re-assert to control. Also recommended to conduct the LOPL, loss of protection analysis to ensure the appropriate layer of the protection to selected for preventive accidental spill during the boot interface drain. The boot interface drain, nothing but the cyclohexane and water will mix together, sir. Here you will not get exactly cyclohexane and water. That's why the drain, when we have to give focus, what are the LOPA is required, what are the independent protection layers are available. This will help to avoid any major incidents. As a layer of protection together mitigate the risk severity to alarm, because the LOPA will help to know alarm as low as the reasonably practicable limits. LOPA is an essential step to follow after the PHA, like HAZOP. Because mainly this during HAZOP, we are identifying a minor, moderate, and severe risk. Mainly we are looking the severe categories, but we can look minor and major also due to the nature of the hazard of the risk of the cyclohexane. It was highly flammable material. LOPA uses the risk tolerance criteria RTC with the 121 -6 per year for an event with the consequence of 2 to 10 fatality. Because if it is the incident, if we may cause 2 to fatality means we have to go for this LOPA with the 10/6 RTC value. Because this is a sample, what are the layer of protections? Because from this my scenario, we found only the operator intervention is there. Only the control room operator and field operator. But you can see there are 9 layer of protections we can apply. This will help to avoid the major incident. Okay, and you can see some example like a prevention measures and mitigation and protections, because this we have to apply, which is the possible system like safety instrumented system along with the operator response, pressure relief valve, dikes, mechanical design and barricades that you can look. We can try to introduce in the initial design stage. Also provide an automated system to close a drain on the drain line on the interface level low, which is not available in the existing designs, which will ensure to eliminate the human error. Okay, because as per the UK HSE executive says 60 to 70% of the major disasters due to the human error. That's why we have to reduce the risk due to the human error, the accident due to human error. Provide a priority level alarm on interface level low with the some time for the operator response before closing the drain wall. The boot now exists even as high levels, sir. There is no low level. If you provide low level, we can control to avoid cyclohexane entering into the process drain, sir. Okay, this was the new. I made the new worksheet for HAZOP.
Yeah, you have another 2 minutes now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now I'll go to the ma'am. Sorry, sir. Yeah, I already reached this, sir. Yeah, I want to show this one, Swiss model where the hydrocarbons and the other dangerous material is there. We have the prevention barriers and escalation barrier. The prevention barriers, if you have leaf holes, then LOPC may occur, like this example. If you not control this one, escalation barrier, it may lead for major and other consequences, sir. Okay. I think my slide might be useful to everyone. Maybe like leak policy, and I told the decanting principle where we have to look to consider the layer of protection, and the new recommendation which will helpful for our new other process technology and process operations, sir. I want to give thanks to my mentor and all other senior persons, sir. Thank you. Sir, I finished, sir. You can go ahead.
Yeah,
sir, I finished, sir.
That's
hello, sir. Ramana, are you here?
Okay.
Muruganathan, just to add to your presentation is very good. For those who are interested to study further about layer of protection analysis, I recommend a very good book published by CCPS.
Yes.
Layer of protection analysis. There is a book. There is a complete book on the topic, and it is a very useful book to apply for seal analysis or various kinds of studies.
Yeah, true, sir. Yes, it was a good reference material by CCPS, sir. Yeah, it was good one, sir. Thanks, sir. I forgot to tell to all. Thank you for your advice and support, sir.
Thank you, Chandraji, and
welcome,
thank
sir.
you, Muruganandam. But before we thank you, both of you, let's take a few questions from the audience.
Sure, sure.
Please open your mic, unmute your mic, and you can ask a question. Do we have any question at this point of time?
Yes, sir. I have a question. I am Ram Kumar.
One by one. Please introduce yourself.
Good evening, everybody. I am Ram Kumar, working for KOC. Thanks for the wonderful, insightful knowledge and excellent presentation delivered by Engineer Muruganandam. My question is, how do we interface with the latest advanced technology? People are always looking into artificial intelligence, using the drones, unmanned aerial vehicles. When we talk about integrating and interfacing with the technological advances, in short. Thank you.
Ramkumar, I think we will keep this question. This is a very interesting question, and we will deliberate on this a little later. If you have any question about this case,
Yeah.
this incident, let's take it up first now. Do we have anyone else having any?
May I ask a question, sir?
Yeah, introduce yourself and ask the question, please.
Myself, Shalikaram Banait. I want safety engineer KNPC. I want to ask, like we write the recommendation, low alarm or any other advanced feature. Since the plant will be very old one, maybe some years back, and slowly there are a lot of improvements. So when we say some recommendation, so can we sometime think the design of the plant all of a sudden we cannot change? It takes a lot of time. You got it, sir?
Yeah. Repeat. Yeah. Okay. What is your question,
Because
sir?
question is, plant will be old one.
Yeah.
That time, based on that input or technological support, they design the plant. Over the period of years, everything varies. More advanced techniques or advanced features come in the design. So how to cope up this gap? Or just be, for the namesake, we write the recommendation, but it is not implementing, possibility of implementation is not there. It becomes theoretical
possibly
exercise.
that is the reason. Possibly that is the reason that such issues need to be captured in cyclic, in validation hazard, or sometime like in KPC we call it, periodic hazard. That every 5 years the plant has, so that should capture the latest technology, latest advancement, etc. That's a good question, Banait. Let's move to something about this case. Do we have any question on the case itself?
No, that's all.
Hello.
Yeah. Possibly, Muruganandam, in your rush to complete your presentation, you forgot when was this case happened?
Yeah, this case was happened in 1998, sir. One day, the same, I was one of the safety engineer of the plant, sir, LLDP plant, low density polyethylene plant, sir. Where we have the recovery sections. This spill was happening in the night, sir. But I went to the next day morning to the site.
And what was the outcome? Was there any fire or any injury?
No, there was no. Luckily, there was no fire, sir. But we found that about 4 to 5 tons of cyclohexane went to OWS in the lengthy line near towards the wastewater plant. Luckily, there was the ignition source. There was even if we went to this cyclohexane, the full quantity fit to the wastewater plant, this might be the big fire. This may lead to because all the plant. Hello.
So in 1998, we would have captured this as a process safety near miss, but today
Yes.
we will be covering it as an tier 1 event, at least tier 2 event. That
Yes.
between tier 1 and tier 2, some companies they have their own this one, but depending upon how much hydrocarbon has come out from primary containment,
Yeah.
it could be the way you are telling. It could be definitely tier 1 incident.
Yeah.
As you know, that new metrics that most of the companies are following, including upstream companies, they are following, and that is up to API 754. So that's very good. We will
Yeah.
keep more questions for later.
That's why I recommended LOPA, sir.
Yeah.
Because
Right.
based on the investigations, the LOPA will help to know what are the missing and independent protection lines. If you do
Good.
the LOPA,
Right.
it will help, sir. That's why I recommended
And
that.
since then, I don't know why at that point of time, because even I know the plants even before that, they have this issue, because whenever there is a decanting, or coming something being drained outside in the atmosphere, we have to
No,
always
this was
be.
this was, my plant was sealed OWS, sir, where there is no air migration possible.
Okay.
But however,
Right. Okay.
sometime
Fine.
But the problem is that this will go to, if you reach the OWS or wastewater plant, that it may be a fire.
Right.
From that it will spread to all the integrated plants, sir. We have gas cracker, ethylene separately, and we have SDP separately, sir. It may be.
Okay. So Muruganandam, let's contain it now to our primary containment. This case study, it was something very good. Thank you very much, both of you, Chandraji and Muruganandam, both of you. Thank you very much. Possibly be ready for some questions towards the end also. Now we'll move to introduction of new members.
Thank you.
So I would request those who are joining for the first time the technical meets, they should introduce themselves one by one. Mind it, those who are joining it for the first time, okay, because I know a lot of people are there, and if everyone starts introducing all over again, it may take a lot of time. So let's self-introduce such people who are new. Is there someone who is joining this event for the first time?
Yes, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
My name is Surya Narayan Murthy. I am. This is the first
Welcome,
time.
Surya Narayan. Can you tell about one or two sentences about yourself?
Yes, sir. Now I am working to KOC projects, major projects from last 2016 onwards, and I have worked major project 10 and major project 6 also just recently, and as a safety officer, sir.
Yeah. Do you have any background on process safety? Have you?
No, sir.
Worked
This
in
is
time?
I want. I am now just learning, sir. This is my starting, sir,
Wonderful.
and this is my first meet, sir. And
Yeah, sure.
I want to grow up in this process safety, and also, sir, I want to refer also, sir, all things.
Wonderful.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Surya. And now, anyone else is there first time joining?
Yes, Mr. Ritik. Good evening.
Good evening.
Hello. My name is Faisal Abdullah. I'm first time joining this meet actually. So my name is Faisal Abdullah, and I'm working as a safety engineer in Kipik. I'm here in Kuwait from less than 2 years, and I'm a bachelor's in petrochemical engineering and master's in process engineering and design. And I have around 13 years of experience, out of which 4 years I have been as a process engineer. After that, I have been as a consultant with DNV, and there I had some process safety experience. And now here I'm handling the HSE management system in Kipik. So yes, I'm glad to join the group, and I hope I'll be attached to this group, inshallah.
Welcome very much, you are something very close to what I am doing currently in KNPC.
Yeah, actually, in that regard, glad to hear your voice, and we'll be in touch, inshallah.
Yeah, sure, of course. That's what this group is for, being in touch. Welcome again. Is there someone else also around?
Hi everyone.
Yeah, one by one, just give
Good afternoon. Myself
opportunity
is
to other,
Rajmohan
please.
PR. First, I thanks to invite me, Safety Supervisor Usman and Patan. And now I am working in KOC project. I have 8 years experience and master diploma in fire and safety. And I come from background in Indian Army, 17 years that working.
Welcome, welcome very much, and salute as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much.
Welcome to this group. And yes, someone else also wanted to introduce himself.
Yes, I am Nibin Cherianaip. Actually, I am working as safety engineer in Orido, Zain, and Viva projects. Basically, I am, yeah. Actually, basically, I am an engineer. After that, coming here, I changed my profession to safety. Then here only I took NEBOSH and some certifications. Then after that, now I am one of my friend Alex is here, so he just invited me to this. So now I am here. That's it.
Wonderful. It is very good to see people from field other than petroleum and construction sector. So welcome, Cherian. Do we have anyone else to be introduced?
Yeah, good evening, Ritvik sir. This is Nasir
Good
Dowry.
evening. Good evening. Good evening.
How are you, sir?
Welcome, Nasir.
Yeah,
good to hear
my
your
name
voice.
is Nasir Dowry. For others, I'm a safety engineer with KIPIC since last 2 years. Before that, I was working with KNPC for almost 17, 18 years. I'm working now in HSC Technical Support of KIPIC. That's my brief introduction.
Good. Thank you. Welcome. Welcome, Nasir, to this group again.
Thank you, sir.
Anyone else is there?
Hello.
Just keep other mics off, please. Switch off your mics. Just the person who wants to introduce.
Hello, good evening.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead.
Yes. Hello, good evening, sir. I am Safi Sheikh, working in KNPC in Process Operation Division, local marketing.
Welcome.
I have, yeah, sir. And I have a good experience in this process field. Recently, while joining, I joined KNPC 6 years back. During doing my regular activities, there were many issues coming related to safety. So I got myself involved in that, and then later on got an interest in safety also at the same time. So I'm very glad that now I have found a platform which is known as PSM, which involves safety as well as process. So I hope that I will get a good knowledge from here. I will try to get more. I will try to share my experience as well as get the knowledge from here. Thank you so much for adding me in this group.
Sure. This is what is the purpose of this group. You take if you give, and if
Yes,
you
sir.
give, you take. So,
Yes, sir, sure.
well, welcome here, and other introductions we'll keep after the next presentation. So, Venkatesh, are you ready?
Yes, sir, I'm ready.
Wonderful. So, Mr. Venkatesh also is having, as I told earlier, he is having very, wide experience. Earlier also, he was working in refinery, and before that, he was still in another petrochemical industry. And since last many years, he is here as safety engineer in KNPC. So he is going to present a personal experience Of course, even Muruganandam also presented a case study, which was a personal experience. Although normally we keep that slot for some, famous or some international case study. But since Muruganandam was very much interested and this was a very important case, so we thought that yes, since no one else was coming forward, we had to keep that. Now, this is the second slot wherein we are talking about personal experience. So I would request now Mr. Venkatesh to go ahead.
Good evening, sir. Thank you so much. Good evening to all of you. This is Venkatesh, working in KNPC since year 2002. Let me take this opportunity to thank ASSP Kuwait chapter, my leader, my mentor, Mr. Ritvik, for guiding me to prepare this presentation, as well as my thanks to Mr. Parag Choksi and Mr. Mutraj Kumar in the preparation of this presentation. That's fine. Let's go to the presentation now. The synopsis of this presentation, or rather I would say objective, is to share my experience, what I have learned from the fatal accident which took place in year 2001, in the month of October, when I was working in India. The incident, rather it was a fatal accident which took place in diesel hydro treater. This fatal accident took place when an instrument technician went inside the analyzer house. When he opened the safeguarding cabinet, explosion took place. He was fatally knocked down. He was lying in the pool of on the floor. There's a lot of blood around the location, and he was taken to hospital and declared dead. Let's see how is this taking place. Before I take you, let me just a brief introduction about this diesel hydro treater. What is this diesel hydro treater? In refinery, there is a process unit called diesel hydro treater, where the feed is coming generally from the CD units as well as from the FCC or ARD distillates. And these feed have to be converted to the end product by reducing the sulfur, say from 1.5% to 10 ppm. Nowadays it is 10 ppm. And all this process takes place with the help of this hydrogen and the catalyst in the reactor. And the main objective of this hydro treater is to reduce the sulfur. Not only the sulfur, we also want to cut down this, or rather take out this ammonia and water also, where along with the feed, we have this oxygen compounds or nitrogen compounds and sulfur compounds. So the sulfur compounds are converted to hydrogen sulfide, and nitrogen compounds are converted to ammonia and oxygen to water. So I will not take much time here. So this is a simple process flow diagram where we have this hydrogen makeup gas compressors, recycled gas compressors, gas oil feed section, heater, reactor, main absorber. Of course, I forgot to mention about the separator. So all these comprises diesel hydro treater. I want to focus here about the recycled gas compressor, where it was a reciprocating type, where it was compressing the hydrogen gas. The hydrogen gas was 97%, and the concentration of hydrogen sulfide was 50 ppm. And the suction pressure of the compressor was 30 kg, and the discharge pressure was 43.6 kg pressure. Just to give a brief outlook about this reciprocating compressor. Usually, in many units, we have centrifugal compressor as a recycled gas compressor. In this case, it was a reciprocating compressor, where you can see the suction and discharge valves at the top of the, you can see on the top of the compressor, you can see this. The suction valves are there, and at the bottom you can see discharge valves. On the picture below, given below, will explain how the suction and discharge valves are functioning. On the right hand side, you can see there is an actuator positioned on the suction valve. Why I'm showing you this? This is the source of accident. So now we'll go to the analyzer house. I told you in the beginning, the fatal accident took place inside the analyzer house. What is analyzer house? In all process units, we can see this analyzer house. The purpose of analyzer house is to monitor and measure the specification of process feed or process, that is products going out of the unit or intermediates. And this analyzer readings are directly linked to the control room as well as to the IP21. And this system is like a house where we enter the house, we can see that it is pressurized positively to prevent the ingress of any gases coming from the unit. Also, it is provided with fixed gas detectors to detect any LEL or H2S. Also, all the sensors or instruments provided inside the analyzer house are of either explosion proof or intrinsically safe. If not, they are positively pressurized panels along with other utilities. So this is the location where the accident took place in that diesel hydroheater. So on the particular day in October 2001, this instrument technician went inside the analyzer house for routine jobs. The moment he entered there, he had smelled something unusual. It was H2S gas. What he did, with a little bit of anxiety, he started to do troubleshooting by himself without informing any superiors, without informing any operation person. So he went outside the analyzer house, where you can see on the right-hand side, he started to close the inlet wall of the samples coming inside the analyzer house, thinking that it could be a source. Unfortunately, it was not the case. So after 30 minutes also, H2S smell was still there inside the analyzer house. Our technician was not relenting at all. He wanted to find out what was the source. During that time, one of his friend came inside and he also witnessed that there was some smell inside, and he went out in 5 minutes time. Our friend, unfortunately, this gentleman technician started to find out the answer why this smell is coming, where it is coming. So he was very curious to find out the source and do the troubleshooting by himself. Even he went to the extent of stopping the HVAC system where the suction of the air blower was coming from the height of 9 meters. He assumed, or he thought, that air prevailing outside the analyzer house could be the source. Even that was not the source. Then what he did, he went and switched off the safeguarding panel. This is one of the safeguarding panels which contains PLCs, relays, etc. And this safeguarding panel was positively pressurized. Fine. So this positive pressure was created by the help of instrumentation air coming from the air header. Usually the pressure inside the panel is around 40 to 50 millimeters of water column just above the ambient pressure. On the particular day, when he switched off just unscrewed the panel, what happened? Explosion took place suddenly. He didn't have time to even think of what was going wrong. Our friend, the technician, was knocked on the forehead and he was killed on the spot. After about 5 minutes, his friend who was with him, if not back, he went inside and he was shocked to find out his friend was No more. He called operations and emergency center. They called ambulance and he was taken to the hospital where he was declared dead. And then the explosion didn't even leave the person, even it damaged many instrumentation systems, which including regulators and O-rings, etc. What happened? This panel was supposed to be pressurized with instrumentation air, just above the ambient pressure, where we are not supposed to have any explosive gas inside. What happened? That panel, which was supposed to have the instrumentation air, was contaminated with hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide. How the contamination took place? Even it took almost 7 hours for operations and instrumentation maintenance to find out the source of contamination. They were clueless. So let me explain to you how the source of contamination, or rather contamination, took place from the compressor. I told you in the beginning, this recycled gas compressor was of reciprocating type. You can see on the right-hand side, top of the slide, you can see this actuator. This actuator is basically this loader or unloader mechanism. There will be usually 4 suction valves on the top of the reciprocating compressor where loaders are installed, or actuators. These actuators can be used to load or unload the compressor. If you want to, you can operate the compressor or each suction valve, say 0, 25, 50, 75%. So if you want to load the compressor, we have to operate it by the help of this instrumentation air. On the right hand side, you can see the instrumentation air is coming from the main header, and then it is actuating this loader. And the same loader, there is a provision given by means of another instrumentation tube. Mind it, these both instrumentation tubes given for actuating the loader as well as for releasing any gas coming from inside the compressors are of same size, 6 mm tube. Okay, so this, whatever the gas coming from inside the compressor was supposed to go to the vent at a higher location, higher elevation. What happened? Few days before this fatal accident, the compressor was taken for maintenance job. When they gave the connection, the maintenance crew mistakenly, what they had done, they have given the instrumentation air header, air line coming from the header to the line where it is supposed to go to the vent. And whatever is supposed to go to the vent, it was given to the actuator. Okay, as a result of this, compressor was running at the lower capacity. Nobody was aware that this was the wrong connection given. And you can see on the left-hand side, whatever the gas escaping through this failed oil seal, this was supposed to go to the vent, or rather here we can see it is given to the flare. In this case, instead of going to the vent at a higher elevation, what happened? The gases coming from the compressor having hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide entered the instrument air tube, and also it entered the air header. So what happened? The hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide entered the main header, and the same header is applying the air to the safeguarding panel. For what purpose? For keeping it positively pressurized. So this was going for quite a long time, and this hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide from the reciprocating air compressor, that is recycled gas compressor, found its way to enter the main instrument header, and subsequently it entered the cabinet, safeguarding cabinet located inside the analyzer house. And the safeguarding cabinet is having a vent also. Through this vent only the smell was coming. Or when you are pressurizing it through the safeguarding panel, all this air was supposed to come out. So along with the air, it was having hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide also. You can also question why there was fixed gas reactors inside the analyzer house, as well as H2S reactors, why it was not sensing. What happened? Because of the air blower, it was diluting the air inside the analyzer house by 10 times. These fixed gas reactors or LEL reactors did not detect the flammable gases or the H2S which was coming to the atmosphere. I mean, inside the analyzer house. Even the personal gas filter which was used by the technician, it was not detecting that. Only his smell was, you could smell that gas, because the threshold smell required for human beings to sense that H2S smell is H2S gas is 0.005 ppm. So what happened as a result of that, hydrogen and hydrogen sulfide, which was inside the safeguarding panel, which got ignited, and you must be aware, hydrogen requires very, very low ignition energy. It requires 0.002 millijoules of ignition energy to ignite the gas. And that was the end of the story. When he unscrewed the cabinet for finding out what could be the source of smell, while unscrewing itself, it exploded because it requires very low ignition energy, being the hydrogen gas. And person was knocked down fatally on that fateful day. So this is all about what has happened. So these are other investigation details. The analysis house was well designed except for the contamination from the gas compressor, basically gas compressor. And
Venkatesh, you can take another 2 minutes.
We are coming to the end. So these are all the informations what I have informed you already about the dilution of this flammable gas or H2S gases. Okay, and smell threshold for the H2S is 0.005 ppm, and as a result of the dilution by the air blower, H2S inside the analyzer house was reduced to 0.2 ppm. That's why there was no alarm from the fixed gas reactors. And what is the recommendation? When we ever do any maintenance of any compressors where there's a likelihood of mix-up, all those lines should be marked with permanent markers to avoid any mix-up like this. And one more recommendation was, at the end of the maintenance job, the proper handing over of equipment from operation to maintenance have to be reviewed, especially with respect to the loading of the testing of unloaders. Also, they recommended to check the possibility of similar mix-up of tubes in other compressors in the same refinery, and inform the vendor that what has happened, and inform other users of the compressors to take care of this incident and take necessary corrective action. And whenever you go inside the analyzer house, leave the house. If he smells, leave the house and close the sample and don't do anything further. Inform your superiors and take necessary corrective action. And if you want to go inside the analyzer house, also you have to take permit for doing any other job other than visual inspection, and inform the operations. And what I have learned personally from this incident, don't treat any line, either it be instrument air line or any other line which is not supposed to have hydrocarbons, don't take it lightly. There is every possibility for contamination. It could be seawater supply header also. I have seen from experience, even hydrocarbons are found in the seawater supply header, believe me. So we cannot take anything for granted in any oil and gas facility. And second is, don't do troubleshooting by yourself. Inform your supervisor and take his permission and take permit, work permit also, so that job can be done safely. And this also highlights the importance of training the contractor personnel who are doing many maintenance jobs on specific crafts and importance of the close supervision. And testing of equipment and how it has to be handled properly before we start up the unit or start up the equipment. It talks plenty about how much importance we should give for the plant startup. And most importantly, the design of instrumentation tubes to the loader mechanism should be foolproof. Even a fool should not do the mistake of mixing up in case of something goes wrong. So with this, I would like to conclude this presentation and leave the floor for the question and answer session.
Wonderful. Thank you, Venkatesh. It was a very good insight. So let's come to the audience. Please unmute yourself. Only one by one. Those who are asking question only should unmute. Rest
Hello.
should keep their mics off.
Hello, this is Sohaib here.
Yes, sir.
Thank you, sir, for your wonderful presentation. I just want to ask question that is there any system like a document system that if you are going to deliver that equipment that we have done this work and later they have to fill that checklist that it is properly maintained or not? Is there any checklist for that they are maintaining right now or?
Yeah, you are handing over of equipment from maintenance to operation shall take care of this. Even it emphasizes about the importance of testing this loader and loader. Not only just checking physical verification, even talks about testing of loaders and unloaders in this reciprocating compressors where something can go wrong. So you're
Is
handing
there
over
any
equipment.
checklist for the document is also there?
I can say that
I believe
this.
you are talking about checklist for maintenance.
Yes, for handling
Yeah.
over that we have.
No, mainly the pre-startups are again after the maintenance. They are going to start
Once
up.
again, Mr. Muruganathan, it is not pre-startup. There is a subtle difference between pre-startup and planned startup. Pre-startup is more of system audit. Planned, this is a part of the planned startup, where before the planned startup there should be proper mechanical completion. Okay, PSSR comes into picture if there's a major revamp or for the new units. Whereas this is a regular feature which should be done even if the compressor is taken for maintenance. There should be proper handing over from maintenance to operations. Okay, so your checklist for the maintenance department should have all these details. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Next question.
Sir, can I rise, sir? Ritik, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the Venkatesh sir, what about the gas detector layouts inside the analyzer? It was located in the ground level, look like, as per your drawing. I think they can go for the layout, what is the requirement of the gas detector in the higher level, because due to the airflow inside, we are always maintaining the positive pressure inside the gas analyzer. That's why we have to see the source of where the possible detection also. Another one, I want to know the hydrogen you mentioned, sir. Hydrogen is entered inside the atmosphere, inside the analyzer. What about the hydrogen? Hydrogen was entered inside the analyzer, or what happened? Hydrogen.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Muruganathan. First of all, whatever I shown the location of this H2S or LE detectors, it is just a pictorial presentation to show to the people that it is there. Okay, but these things were taken care of well in the design. And secondly, coming to second question, same question. See, all these gases, whether it is a hydrocarbon or hydrogen or whatever you call H2S, they were all diluted 10 times because of the air blower. That was one of the reasons why no alarm was coming. And third, since it was hydrogen, usually we have IR sensor for all hydrogen leaks. Okay. In this case, it was not fixed cassette. It was not having IR camera, IR sensor. So you're correct. Hydrogen leaks requires IR sensors.
Yeah, okay. My concerns are, the hydrogen, we need special detectors. Hydrogen will not obey the Joule-Thomson effect. The hydrogen is released from high pressure to low pressure. It will get heated automatically, sir. That's why my concern was the hydrogen sufficient detectors might help.
Infrared
sensors. Yeah, okay. Go ahead. So, do we have any other question? Let's take.
Yeah, I have shown one certificate sample, sir. I request everyone to give the feedback because the program is over to get the certificate immediately on your email, please.
Do we have any other question for Mr.
Good evening,
Venkatesh?
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, good evening.
Good evening. Go ahead. Yeah.
Good evening, sir.
Sir, it's not a question. My request, somebody should take a training or something like this. While after the finishing the construction, while starting oiling or processing starting, such a type of some training I required. I'm seeking, sir, because now maybe next month I may have that type of job. So I would like to get some knowledge in that. Like sometime what I worked before startup that separator, such a thing. When the nitrogen filled, before filling the gas or crude, whatever it, we have to check the oxygen level, these all those things. It's a practical. So such a type of some uh, training or seminar, whatever it I'm seeking, sir.
Yeah, sure, Ramu. We will try to do that. Maybe some of, I think, out of 85 people who are listening, please come forward with that kind of experiences, what Ramu is asking for. Thank you, Ramu. Is there any other question related to this incident, related to this experience that Mr. Venkatesh had? Do we have some more questions?
No, sir, I don't have any question on this. He have given very good presentation.
Yeah, thank you, Ramu. Do we have someone else? Anyone wants to ask some more question? In fact, such phase, such mixtures, we have to be always very, very careful. In fact, in my 40 years, I have seen at least 40 incidents wherein instrument air has been contaminated and either resulted in actual incident or almost near miss. So it is especially water systems in refineries or hydrocarbon systems. We always consider water system to be contaminated. So let's close with this, Mr. Venkatesh presentation. Thank you very much, Venkatesh, once again. And now we will take up two questions,
Thank you, sir.
which were earlier asked. And one was from Ram Kumar. It was about artificial intelligence. And also there was another question by Banet. So let us take one by one. And someone can answer these two very briefly. Or if you think that answer is going to be very long, then we can take up separately. So can someone answer the question about how artificial intelligence is coming, to the rescue of PSM or safety in general? Is there someone who would like to offer an answer? Chandraji, you are still there?
Yes, sir. I was about to say something, and but see, whatever I know, I'll tell you that artificial intelligence, basically, the benefit of using artificial intelligence is more than one. One is it can process enormous amount of data, and it can filter through data much faster.
Yes, I am here, sir.
Others, please switch off your mic.
Efficiently than a human being. So it can collect diverse information from different sources, and sometimes online, sometimes from a database, and it can filter through that, and it can find correlations or relation to a logical relation with the topic of importance, and it can quickly come up with some kind of a pointer to the what happened. So now the university, this Texas Austin and Texas A&M University, they are actually conducting research using artificial intelligence in QRS studies and airborne contamination studies, then dispersion studies, fire and gas mapping studies. And somebody recently published a paper, I can probably share it privately, that using that artificial intelligence to conduct a HAZOP study in parallel automatically with p-INDs. So what he's proposing is that I'm just mentioning diverse studies. So what he is proposing as far as HAZOP studies are concerned, that P&ID can be a smart P&ID. Smart P&ID means the system knows what is a separator, what is a heat exchanger, what is the design. The design calculations are enclosed with that electronically. So there are some set of rules, and based on the database, it can find like a not exactly like a HAZOP, but a hazard. Hazard in the sense that a top level risk can be identified automatically as soon as a P&ID is completed and run through the artificial intelligence. So there is a paper in that. It's a very interesting paper that is something which can take a day or 2 days. It can find in minutes the top level hazards, which can be later inputted into a more detailed study, like a LOPA, like Mr. Muruganathan suggested. So artificial intelligence is not really solving the problem, but it is right now at a stage to help workers in safety officers, process safety experts in analyzing situations more efficiently and faster. So I'm yet to see anything that completely an artificial intelligence system is taking over and solving the problem, but it can give you pointers very quickly.
Thank you, Chandraji. It was very insightful, very this one. And if you can share some material on the group, that will be wonderful.
Yes,
so
I will
with this, we have to close. Banet, sorry, we cannot take your question this time. What I would suggest is that Shaligram, Banet, I'm talking to you. If you can post your question on the group, let's see. This will continue. This meeting may stop here, but the discussion must continue. It is very important that we must ask questions. For any group to have a an interest, keep interest always. It is very important to keep asking questions. Now let's move to Ramana. He has some quiz. And Ramana, can you take over for the quiz?
Yes, sir. Thank you all. I already posted the link for the quiz, and I'm getting the answers also. Okay, whoever gets a good score, I'm going to announce that the names. Once it is done, I'm going to give the feedback also. If you are participating in the feedback, you are going to get the e-certificate on your email. Okay, so both are mandatory. I'll post that link also because time may not permit if I drag on like this. So I'm going to post that other link also. Whoever wants to participate in the feedback and quiz, both you can do simultaneously also.
So can you just explain about what is the quiz process? You have given a link which participants can go to that link and answer the quiz. If they are answering it correct, then they will get a certificate. Is it like that?
Not exactly, sir. Only participation is important. Okay.
Yes, sir. Both the links are same. So both the links are same, sir.
Pardon?
If I'm clicking the link, then both the link goes on the same page. So I think one link is sufficient.
No, it's one only. I posted only quiz now. Yeah.
Okay.
Feedback to be posted. Okay, the quiz is like if you're giving any wrong answers, it is going to show at the end. Like if you go to your score, you will see your correct answers and the right answers also. Like if you are missing something, it will show the right answer. Okay, both you can know, but only the participation is important. So that's why I'm taking the maximum score and showing like who will score 100%. I will just announce the names, and once you participate in the feedback, you are going to get the certificate. So both are important. I'm going to link that one to both the systems. It is simple only. So because it is the ISO mandatory, the feedback is mandatory for all our programs, and it will improve our status also. That's why, like we are always learning something new and implementing. By seeing your feedback, we will try to implement the new things also in our with our chapter. That's why we are requesting feedback from you.
So on this link, we will get the quiz as well as feedback.
No, sir, that is only the link. That is only the quiz link. I'm going to post the feedback link now.
So everyone has to complete both.
Yes, sir, to get the certificate.
To get the certificate.
Now another link.
And yeah, we see the link now. So how much time you are giving? You want now or you want later?
Now, whenever you want, like another half an hour for feedback, another half an hour I can give for the feedback. But this one, the quiz one, we have to complete now itself. This part.
Quiz one, we have to complete
you can
now.
Copy this feedback one. You can copy the link and submit it later. You can open, click the link and keep it open to submit for the later. But quiz part will complete it now, because since we need to announce the names, is another 2 minutes we can give, sir.
Yeah, okay, sure. We can give another 2 minutes and possibly no more. In the meantime, is there someone who was left out for introduction? Any new person who had joined?
Excuse me, sir.
Any new in the technical meet, PSM technical meet for the first time? You can introduce yourself now while people are engaged in trying to answer the quiz. I believe quiz is quite simple. It shouldn't take much. The difficulty level is not high.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Rizwan Parkar.
Welcome, Rizwan.
Yeah, I have joined recently in KNPC. I am working as a commissioning engineer at CFP project for Mina Abdullah refinery. It is only 1.5 years of my experience with KNPC. Actually, this is the first time I came to abroad for any job. Otherwise, my previous all experience in India only.
Welcome, Rizwan. It is very good to have you in this team, in this group. Is there anyone else who would like to introduce himself or herself? This group is for PSM, professionals, but anyone else also can join. Actually, process safety management is a very, very multidisciplinary program, and anyone, including even people from HR, because even HR inputs are there, HR elements are there in process safety management. So it is a very, very wide spectrum. People from most of the fields, they may find something of interest and something of their use. So I very much request all of you to pass the word to your friends, to your colleagues, to your all the people around. They can join this group and try to get some value out of this for improving their knowledge, career prospects, and upward movement. So please again spread the word. So Ramana, are we now? We are more than 2 minutes now.
Yes, sir.
If you can
I have closed
go
already.
ahead with your quiz report.
Thank you very much. We have received 12 correct answers from 12 members, and I have already posted in the chat group. Congratulations for them. The names are Mujahid Ibrahim Jia, Rizwan Jamaluddin Parker, Faisal Abdullah, Sheikh Iqbal Ahmad Sheikh Ansari, Jakula Ramchandra Murthy, Shahid Kalam, Sheikh Safirul Rahman, Yunus Kanot, Ajit Kumar, Shoaib Muhammad Mansoori, and Mr. Muruganandam Bhuspati. So
Wonderful.
congratulations. Yeah.
Congratulations, everyone. You have been very good listeners and very good followers. And I think you are going to give a certificate also if they complete the feedback form, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Do we have anything else before we close this meeting and move on to the Vice President? Anyone, anything want to express, talk? You see, one channel is always open, and that is this WhatsApp group. So keep posting your questions and suggestions. Keep posting your suggestions, your questions, whatever it may may occur to your mind. You can always shoot it. And I see that during last course of about 6 months or so, something like over 50 books on PSM have been uploaded in this WhatsApp group. So something that you can immediately start getting benefit out of when you have the interaction. So let me ask for the last time, is there anything someone wants to suggest, talk, ask? Okay, thank you. So now I think we'll move on to Mr. Mazhar, the Vice President, our Vice President of the chapter.
Thank you, Ujjwal sir. Majhar cannot be able to make it today for personal reason. And on his behalf and on behalf of Secretary, Safdar Ali Khan will give a concluding remark.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Thank you all participant and moderator and our PCM Safety Management Forum participant for this wonderful session. It was really overwhelming participation by you people, which was showing 80 plus. So hats up to you for your enthusiastic participation. It was wonderful presentation by Mr. Muruganandam and Mr. Venkatesh, which was really well illustrated, and we made it on time. That was very appreciable on this. And a few more announcement I have to do it. Tomorrow we are having a webinar on environmental and sustainability in process industry, which is from Chola Risk Services. You will be getting that message alert on Zoom. It will be starting from 6 to 7:30 p.m. So mark your calendar for 19th September, webinar on environment and sustainability in process industry. There is another technical meet on 24th September, which is risk and mental well-being during COVID by Dr. Anood Alatik. She is senior occupational medicine practitioner. So these are two announcements, and hope you will be joining and getting benefit from this. Thank you all for being with us today. And this program is also live on YouTube. Those who are having a connectivity issue to joining on Zoom, they can switch on YouTube live also. So once again, thank you all for being with us. Now the meeting is adjourned officially. Those who want to do some networking, that platform is still on for 10-15 minutes. Thank you all. Ramana, over to you.
Thank you, Sardarji. Now I request everyone to open your cameras to take some snapshots. I already put in the chat, but still many people didn't open your cameras. I can understand that you are feeling that network will get affected, but recently we are not facing any problem with the network. I am observing in several meetings. Okay, so the video quality is not disturbing the quality of the meeting. That's what I observed. If you have any experiences on this, you can share it. Initially, it was a problem, but nowadays, I am not seeing any problem with the network. Not only in my PC, I observed in the office also. It's not giving any effect. Okay, Guru Venkatesh ji, please open your camera. Since you are on top as a co-host, I request your camera to be switched on. Thank you very much.
Ramana.
Yes,
Ramana,
yes.
I would reserve my next case study and by December. My turn.
Okay, that we can do it in the group chat group. Okay, the planning will be done there, and Ujjwal sir is there, can guide us, and our mentors also there. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you all for participating today. We had a big number of attendees. I really was happy by seeing this many attendees. Okay, if any feedback is there, you can open your mics and you can talk about
as
the event.
as our secretary, Mr. Safdar, he said that let's keep this open for another 5-10 minutes so that the people, if they want to talk to each other, that will be, this is the platform, they can verbally, they can connect. So go ahead, and those who want to switch off, it's up to them. He has already adjourned the meeting. Thank you. And
Thank
see
you,
you
sir.
next meeting. But in the meantime, just be active on the WhatsApp group also. Good night, everybody.
Thank you, sir.
Which part of the world you are in, sir, now?
He's in data.
Hey, Ramana Garu, I have done this job. Mr. Ramana?
Yes, yes.
I done it,
Okay.
sir. Thank you so much for the support.
Yeah, thank you,
बहुत
Venkatesh
बहुत
ji.
शुक्रिया आपका.
Thank you, ji. Sir, you are under Dale.
Ashok ji, I just finished my quarantine. No, I just finished
okay.
my quarantine. I am very much in Kuwait.
You are in.
Okay, okay. It looks like you are
After
somewhere
coming
out.
back to Kuwait. No, I am at home.
14 days, sir. 14 days, yeah.
Yeah, 14 days. Yeah, I got a thank you letter from Minister of Health himself. Yeah.
Good to know.
Ashok sir, sorry to.
Where are you, Ashok, currently?
I am very. I'm February 23rd, 2022 till date. I am in Kuwait.
Oh, okay.
I could not travel.
Yeah, our friend Mr. Shaligram Banait, Mr. Ujjulendu Ghosh, and all, they were stuck in India. I don't know if Banait is still here on the group.
I come back, sir.
No, I'm telling. I thought that you left the the meeting.
I come back on the 11th.
So you came via Dubai, is it?
Dubai, yeah.
So nowadays people are offering such, packages, competitive packages.
We are losers.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
This is Ali.
Yeah, hello. How are you?
Yeah, sir, I have a complaint.
Yeah, go ahead.
My complaint is that you and Ashok sir and others make us very, you people develop a complex for us. The kind of energy you all put in every time.
Come on.
It is very infectious. I mean every word. Ashok sir also, he's every time, people these days are sick of webinars, but then I have never seen Ashok sir absent in any of the event.
Yeah.
And you are, of course, big
Actually, I missed the Venkatesh's presentation. That's why I answered that question wrong. That unit, diesel unit, I answered that question wrong because I was having another webinar at the same time. So
Yes.
I got four points
But
out
then,
of 5. So, so yeah, it is
Yeah,
a
Ali
good.
Arshad, there is a cost for it, you know. We have to
the
pay
other
a
day,
cost. We have to pay a price for that.
Ritik sir, the other day
Yeah.
I was saying that, to somebody in the last webinar, some other technical. I did not find Ashok sir in participant list. I wrote somebody whether the meet is cancelled or not. It will be held. They said, no, it will be
Yeah.
held. Then I don't find Ashok sir. So
Yeah.
really salute to you all. And thank you so much for being patron to us. Yeah.
No, people are coming forward today. It was very good.
Yeah.
Very good attendance. I'm thankful to
Yes.
everyone.
Correct.
Yeah.
Good evening,
Morgana
sir.
sir is
I
also
hope.
very energetic.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Thank you very much, Rutvik sir, Ashok sir. Actually, you see today 80 plus participants. From starting, it was actually 7:05 when we start on time. It was 46 until 8:30. No one moved. Means no one come out from the meetings. This is the showing the positive signs. And our all mentors and advisory members, starting from Rutvik sir, Ashok sir, Mohittin sir, Bala sir, Dr. Pinky, Vasudevan sir, and our Chandrasekhar sir from UAE, then Sampath Reddy sir. I could see the attendance and the support from advisory, EC, and everyone. Really, it gives us the motivate to continue this journey. And as you said that raise the bar and all. Definitely, Rufik sir, you had presented the 7 habits of successful people, and we are trying to following that one. For example, begin ends within your minds. So we are putting this like platinum chapter one more in this year as well. And actually,
Good.
somewhere we have to just improve little lot. And I thank to Ramanna. If you can see the invitation email itself, he has worked hard and he learned many things. And as advised by Ashok sir last time in group WhatsApp group that Jaiji, nowadays we are having so many webinars and online meetings. So can you share the calendar message? Immediately, Ramanna took this as a challenge and he add these things. There is a link. You can see that one for calendar message, which will gives you the alarm that yes, alert that yes, there is meeting today. And not only the calendar message, uh, uh, online feedback plus online streaming on YouTube. These all he has included in one email. You can renew while you are receiving this email. You can renew the membership. You can go through online in YouTube. You can put your message in calendar message. So these are the learnings and outcomes of your support and suggestions. Always your support and suggestions are welcome. And really, we feel proud to be a part of a team where all these kind of professionals are there. Really appreciate, sir. And thank you to Ramanna for bringing new things for the meetings. What I suggest, sir, for next month also, we had to finalize the speaker in this meet itself. So we feel we really very shame when you are putting in the groups, anyone come forward, this, that. We are feeling same, really. So next time onwards, request you
That is
while
what
you
I gave the feedback, Jahir ji.
Yeah.
Sorry, sir, you are always
Same
there.
feedback.
So yes. So
Yeah,
this
it's okay. I mean, gradually it is, continual improvement. We should not expect right in the beginning that people should, become so attentive and disciplined. But yes, I would request everyone that they should come forward in these meetings that, okay, next one I am ready to present we are going to have these. In fact, what I had suggested right at the beginning was that for next 3 months, we keep our bookings so that people should come forward. And as some of you might have seen, we are not talking so much big things. We are talking of personal experiences, even small cases, even pick up cases from, some published sources. You don't have to invent yourself every time. You don't have to work very hard every time. The first case, which is an international case, take up from CBS, their videos, their case studies. There are n number of resources or sources from where you can get these case studies. The challenge is that compress it so that message is delivered in 15 minutes. That's a challenging, role, but I am sure people, you can do it. So go ahead. I request all of you, go ahead and start, offering yourself. And another thing is that, Jahid, now you are, every time this is happening since last few years, you guys are putting the bar so high that it becomes challenging for the next team.
New team, yes, sir. Yes, you
The
are right.
new team.
Yes,
So,
sir.
Truly difficult.
yeah, so now the next time maybe Mazhar would have to be doing
Yes.
extra pound, extra kg.
Yes. Actually, sir, sometimes what we are thinking
Okay,
that,
guys, I'll have to sign off now.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah.
Ashok, sir, you have to say something. Ashok,
Have
sir,
a
we want to
nice
listen
day.
from
Take
you.
care and see you.
Ashok, sir.
No, it's fine. It's fine. We have been
Still
talking.
42,
Of course,
still 42
I gave my
participants are there. If anyone wants to say some suggestion or feedback,
Guys,
you can raise
Jahid
your
bhai,
hand. Raise your hand, please.
Jahid bhai,
Yes.
Jahid bhai,
Yes,
can you
yes,
hear
go
me?
ahead. Yes, yes, go ahead.
The few stars we need to mention. For example, I can see Dr. Pinky, Dr. Shiva Prasad Pinky, and our past president Vasudevan sir. So,
Yes.
as a training head, I need these people very much, and this is the platform that very soon they will be having call from me, and looking forward to have their support. And Ashok sir, this time I hope you will not be out of the station. Yes, sir.
Certainly, we'll do it. Yes, yes.
Yes, Vasudevan sir, Mohitin sir, if
Inshallah.
anyone wants to suggest something, we are always welcome.
Mohitin sir, yes.
Mohiddin sir,
Certainly,
yesterday
certainly.
also.
Thank you
I
all.
was
Very
asking.
nice to see all stalwarts here, and thank you for keeping responsibility on us. We are trying our best. I did a mentorship for the first presentation session that Mr. Ramu has did it. So I wish all seniors to come forward and mentor the others also. It's a very good forum I'm seeing, and really eye openers, and it's a very practical cases what we are seeing here. It definitely enhances our knowledge, and it's good going.
Thank you, sir.
Excellent, excellent.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Dr. Pinky sir. Thank you very much. Vasudevan sir, if you are there.
Pinky sir.
Vasudevan sir, Mohitin sir, Reddy sir, if anyone from advisory, just we want your feedback, please.
Yes, yes, Jahid, I'm here.
Yes,
Listening.
sir. Yes, go ahead. Go ahead, sir.
Good evening, Jahid. Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
I'm in a silent mode listening to all the discussions. In fact, I think this is my first PSM session I attended,
Yes.
your technical meet. It was great. But one thing I must definitely say, which we have improved, is the immediate you have issued a certificate.
Yes, sir.
We
Thank you, sir.
always
Thank you.
to be professional, and I really found today you are really professional. Before the meet could end, I got the certificate of participation. ISO is seen here now.
Yes, sir. Yes. And really,
this is the effect of ISO.
Yes, sir. Yes, go ahead, sir.
No, go ahead. I just wanted to compliment you and your team for that professionalism by issuing the certificate just on the click of a button. Great work by you and your team.
Thank you very much, sir. Your presence in the meeting, it gives our boost that yes, our mentors are there to support us. Like you, Ashok sir, Ritik sir, Mohidin sir, Reddy sir. Today I am feeling very proud, sir. Almost 10 I had noted here. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
No,
yes, sir. Go ahead.
No, since Vasu is here,
Yes.
he being the area director, so
Yes,
we should
sir.
share this information with other chapters also, 9 chapters, so that we can always, increase our presence, Kuwait chapter presence there. So as a president, you can share with Vasu, so he can share with all the his area chapters as well as the region 9 chapters. So.
Yes, sir. Sure. We will send these things to our Vasu sir, area director, and let him convey these to all other chapters as well. Good, sir.
Can we invite them to also attend these sessions?
Yes, sir. You can invite, sir.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
There is no limit, sir. We have 500 capacity. So,
Jahidji.
Yes, sir.
You being the president, you are the face of the chapter. So you need to connect with the area director. He will be the face of the area as a whole. So that's what I'm telling it. You take a lead in sharing everything with Vasu. Vasu, please share with Region 9 chapter, something like that. So he will have a, some special invitation from you.
Noted.
So
Noted, sir.
that's
Yes,
what
sir.
I used to do. Sharing
Thank you very much, sir.
other
Yes,
regions, we need to keep our chapter flag high. That's the whole idea of everything.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, sir. Really noted this point, and inshallah, it will be conveyed as you suggest. Inshallah. Thank you very much, sir.
Sir, I will take 30 seconds, sir. Here is an application to Dr. Shiva Prasad Pinky through Mr. Ashok Gallapati. Sir, you are requested to present a presentation on PSM, and my interest will be a case study purely based on PSSR. Any mishap, any near miss, any incident or accident. This is my personal request and application.
So
Yes,
this presentation is for whom?
This is my request through you to Dr. Pinky that he should present such a case study which could highlight totally PSSR issue.
Dr. Pinky is always ready. He's a front warrior. He needs only the invitation. He got the invitation.
Busy, sir.
So
He's
just
very busy. I know he's very busy. But once he commits, he commits. This is why I have sent this application through you. Yes, sir.
Ashok sir, there is one participant, Mr. Maj Siddiqui. He is raising his hand. If you want to say something, please unmute your mic, Mr. Maj.
Yes.
Sir, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to discuss in this group. Actually, I'm in India right now and I have lost my job. So I was thinking about the new expect rule of Kuwait that they are deducting the manpower which is from India and basically from Egypt. So is there any, what will be the future scope for getting hired in Kuwait? That's what my answer was. Yes, it is diverted from the topic, but I was having this question in mind as all of you are in Kuwait right now. So can you please guide me for this?
Mr. Maj, actually background noise is too much. We cannot hear your the question clearly. But whatever your query, just put in the chat box, and inshallah we'll try to get back to you. Just write down in chat box in personal to ASSP-kc, not to everyone, just in personal.
Okay, sir. Okay. Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Okay. Anyone else? If anyone wants to give some suggestions or feedback, they can raise their hand and say your feedback, please. And first of all, congratulations to all
Just waiting for
the winners.
No, actually, before your discussion, Mr. Ali Arshad was requesting that Dr. Penki. So, Dr. Penki, please unmute yourself, and if you want to have any confirmation or anything, so he's requesting you personally.
Okay,
If you want
I
any
will.
email from the chapter?
Thanks for
Yeah.
thanks for proposing my name. Definitely, I will try, and I am the first person to come forward, as you already said. I will
Yes,
give the
yes, exactly.
timelines. I will give. We'll have a session
Sure.
on PSSR, definitely.
That will be great.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
So, yes.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Jahidji. I think everybody is now ready.
Yes. Yes. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much for being there and always supportive to us. Is there anyone still? The floor is open. Mohsin sir and all others members, your support is really motivating us. Please take active participations. Really, I am feeling proud on my team, starting with chapter executive Rishi, Ramanna, Riaz, and all the committee heads. They are showing their enthusiasm. Really, it motivates us, and we have to work for our members. So please continue your feedback. Just send your feedback and share your knowledge, because our sharing is caring. These are our motto. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody. Good night.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you, Ramanna. Thank you, Ramanna. Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
thank you very much.
for your hard work. Really, day by day, Ramanna
Thank
is
you very
shining.
Thank you, Jayaji.
Ramana is thinking out of the box.
Out of the
We are all thinking
Thank
inside
you
the
very
box,
much.
but Ramana
Thank you very much. Good.
outside the box.
Nice season.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Take care. Bye bye. Bye.
Okay.
Yes, bye,
Bye.
sir. Good night.
All I had.
Mr. Ram,
Good
where
night,
are you?
everybody.
Yeah, good night. Good night. See you. Bye bye.
Bye.
I'm here.
Okay. See, if
Bye.
anyone would like to talk, you can talk. Why I disabled the chat is, the purpose is this only. If you are putting a chat box, you can do it easily. But if you want to talk, you need some practice, That's why I'm disabling the chat and giving the chance here to talk. Whoever wants to talk, you can open your mic and video. And this is the networking opportunity we can have after the meeting, like 8 o'clock, 8:30, right? 8:30 onwards, we are having, it is networking only. So this is a great opportunity. You can develop your skills if you're really interested to explore something. Okay, that's why I'm disabled the chat box. Okay, next time onwards, also initially I'll inform this one. Whoever wants to put any queries or questions or feedback, you can open your mic and talk at the end of the session, so that it will give the opportunity to improve ourselves. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for participating. See you on Thursday. Thursday we have, Saturday. Saturday we have another technical meet related to environmental and sustainability in process industry. So that's also related to process safety. I request everyone to join in that meeting as well. Thank you very much. See you. Good night.